Hello, hello, hello. What is going on, everybody? This is your boy AB back with another episode, and this is right after the day after Christmas time. And hopefully, all of you had a great Christmas. Myself, I had a pretty normal Christmas this time around, as everything else goes this year. Even the Christmas had to be, toned down compared to last year's. So this was very pretty much. S- uh, uh, a very what do you call a lighter version of Christmas version light. Yeah, that's what this Christmas was. But it wasn't that bad. Like we had cakes, we had wine, we had all the Christmas usual stuff, your chicken, your turkeys, and everything else. Uh, all in all, had a good time. Uh, not too, not something to fuss over. But I hope all of you guys also had the same kind of experience. All of you had a great Christmas. If not, I hope that the rest of your holidays leading up to the new year would be better. Uh, if you're hearing this through any of the podcast applications, we appreciate your support. Continue to listen to me on this podcast. Soon the other part of this podcast will come and join us once again so we can deliver this together. Uh, as for now, I'm just going to lead it till he comes back. Uh, what else? What else? Some bit of housekeeping to be done. Um, yeah, last episode, we talked about some some of the good stuff, the happy go merry-go-round things, which is yeah, luck. We basically talked about luck, the Christmas luck, and all of that. So this episode, as I told at the end of last episode, that I would be reviewing 1984 Wonder Woman 1984 if I got a chance to see it, and I did. I did have a chance to see it, and just getting straight into it. You know what? I'm just gonna have a small section initially just to make sure that people who hear this have a decent amount of time for the spoiler warning. So uh, this first period, initial period, I'm just going to talk about things in general, and after that, I'll just give it a spoiler warning and then continue from there on. So, gonna review Wonder Woman 1984. This is a very moving movie, I would say. A very rare comic book movie which moves you. The last times one of the movies which had this kind of effect was Captain America Winter Soldier from Marvel, and preceding to that, the Dark Knight movie. So these two movies had uh, good element to it, and this also had that rare moving element to a superhero movie. Uh, and especially I have to rate Pedro Pascal. Dude, the guy can't do no wrong, can he? The guy is just acting off his skin at this point. Like the things that he's doing in Mandalorian and things he's done in this movie is insane. His acting, I would say, is on par with some of the greatest actors out there. He can he can really do act, and absolutely steals this movie, like with his performance, with his motions, with his delivery of the uh, speech, the command, the presence he garners while he's on screen. It's completely like drawing towards. You would enjoy his performance very much. I would not be surprised if he wins a certain awards for this performance because it's how good he was in this. Um, so this movie is not that of you know, uh, breaking thing like it was the first time around, Wonder Woman the first time around. It lacked the overall quality when compared to the first Wonder Woman movie, but it's a very, very, very strong sequel. I would say it's close. It's like some of the few beats here and there was a bit off. When it comes to action, when it comes to powerfulness of the Wonder Woman character. Although the other characters around this was powerful, this time around the Wonder Woman character itself was a bit downgraded, I suppose. But yeah, that's the only gripe I would say for this movie. Uh, from me, uh, Gal Gadot's performance again is very wonderful. Um, she's she's just beautiful, isn't she? And Um, another one, Kristen Wiig. I never thought she could pull this off when she was cast as Cedar the first time around, all those years ago. When they were doing the casting for this, I was like, a bit skeptical. I've only seen her in the comedy movies and all that stuff, and she did act, but it was not a uh, something you would say like worthy enough to give her a villain a role, but she pulled it off really great. I was really surprised with her. Uh, they used the comedy chops, the comedy elements of what she had into her character and made the whole character her own by bridging her character in those comedic movies plus this villain character is like a very nice blend. The only uh, towards the only the tail end, I felt a bit of stutter here and there. Stutter in the sense like in terms of inconsistencies and that for the acting. But overall, she also did a very powerful performance, I would say. Uh, but this movie is more like I said, like this is a very moving movie. Uh, it instills you something. I don't know what, but I teared up a couple of times. It was not like I wanted to cry. It's just basically like I saw the people on the screen uh crying, and it's like it just filled me with some kind of emotion, which is very rare. Uh, uh, this second installment mainly focuses on of the humanity and how fragile humans can be, and how can we uh, be more realistic, more you know shelled, like, and how can we be more protective against this fragile nature of humans. Um, and so anyone who prefers anything kind of a deep movie, you would or an emotional movie, let's say, you would prefer this movie rather than other comic movies, I would say. Uh, and also, not to miss, the Hans Zimmer score is brilliant as he always does. He does this score brilliantly. I thought he would leave the whole comic book world scoring space, but I think it's after this he won't be making any more, I guess. So if he's going and if he's not gonna score any more movies, this is a very good way to retire from that space, I would say. Uh, and this movie is kind of like a comeback kind of a thing for DC. They have been hitting home runs ever since that debacle of Justice League, and this follows suit in along in that movie. I would give it a solid 8.2, or maybe even bump it up to 8.5 for this movie because I really enjoyed this movie. Uh, there's a good amount of rewatchability, the things that you will miss in this movie. It's not a lot, but still you can tend to miss a few beats here and there, and on the second watch you can pick it up as well. So there's a good watchability factor to this movie as well. So um, hit the theaters right now. If not, uh, if you can't go to the theaters, it's out in HBO Max, and yeah, that I know that is only available in US right now. I used VPN to connect through US, do my HBO Max through that, and then saw the movie. So you would also want to do the same. If you want to do the same thing, you can do it. If not, then you can hit your nearest theaters and it'll be there, I'm pretty sure. And it'll be pretty empty. You can enjoy your movies uh, in the utmost uh, optimal way. I would suggest big screen, not a lot of crowd. That's uh, that's a unique way to watch the movie and the right way to watch the movie, in my opinion. So go watch it over there. Now, this is the spoiler section coming in. So if any one of you hadn't watched the movie, you guys can just click through this next portion. I would like to say, like, when I'm gonna close, maybe uh, I'll give another 10 minutes or so to speak about in depth what is happening in this movie. So if you like to listen to those, you can certainly keep hearing. Otherwise, you can skip through another 10 minutes and listen on from there. And I'll take the next subject. All right, coming into the more deeper stuff again. Uh, like I said, in the general thing, this has been. Uh, I didn't quite like the Chris Pine character. This though, like didn't like in the sense like his acting is great. There's a great element to it. The sense like uh, how he came back. It's kind of like in the time Back to the Future kind of element to it, where like someone from the past coming to the future to see that world for the first time. That amaze, you know, that kind of has a pretty good comedic factor to it. Uh, but how he came about in the first place, just by a wishing stone. Uh, I know the wishing stone is the main lynch point of this entire movie, but uh, if you would have watched this movie, it's just that uh, you know Wonder Woman or Diana didn't even say it out loud that she wants him back. I know, like you don't have to say it out loud; you just have to wish it and all that stuff. And I don't know, it was kind of uh, I don't want to say like everything played out to the beat, like you're just because you wished in your mind it came, and others also wished in their mind and that didn't come true. So you know get what I'm saying, like so it's very inconsistent in that format. I didn't quite like the way he came back. I would have liked to come back uh, if some one of the villains were forcing her to make that decision, but it was a very flaky decision for her. Shit, like there's no way, like she's been missing him every day. It's not like this one day particularly she felt overwhelmed with emotions and started wishing for him to come back. It's like no, that's not Wonder Woman. She would have probably moved on from that fact, and like she clearly did move on. That is why she started appearing again in front of society. And yeah, even though she missed him, she was never hoping for him to come back. There was no uh, point during the start of the movie where she implied that. She just she just missed him generally. That's it. And the way he came back by taking over someone else's body, and even that too, like only the two times the actual actor was shown. No, no, three times. So the actual person who is playing as Steve Trevor, the body Steve Trevor took over, only is appeared three times as that actor. He comes at the first beginning of the movie where he meets with Diana Gal Gadot. Then during a mirror scene, and then towards the end of the movie, a Christmas bonus section where they have attached it. That was also funny. It was very out of the blue, like a Christmas section just randomly just attached at the end of the movie. It doesn't have anything uh, to be there. It was just randomly placed. I felt like that particular scene was shot and randomly attached towards the end of the movie, which also I don't like. So there was like three different cues which the guy who Steve Trevor took over appeared. I would have liked to see him more in that form and by voiced by Chris Pine. But uh, yeah, right now I'm hoping for more than ever, I guess. Another thing about this movie I didn't like is the CGI section, and I found many a times where I could clearly pick and spot like where the CGI went wrong. And the first one was when Gal Gadot was running through that desert area. Clearly, it showed off that bad CG. Then the bad CG appeared back in when she lost Steve Trevor again after the all hell was breaking loose and she was running and just jumping into the air. That running section again, and then the final CGI part it went not that great was the cheetah section of Barbara. Yeah, uh, uh, it was not the creative choices went behind making the cheetah look like that was not that great. They should have added uh, some more elements to it, elements to this. They just made it furry basically, and even the action scene was uh, okay. Actually, you know what? Even the action scene wasn't that great. Uh, it was okayish. There was nothing special about it, and the you waited so long for the such great the climax battle, and it just peered off, just watered off, just because that bad CG and the not so good uh, action scene. But the shots, the amazing photography in this movie was really good. Patty Jenkins really pulled it off. That part of the movie. The acting of the movie in the movie is really good. You know what? You know what I don't like. No, it's not what I don't like. What I observed basically, and that I have a bit of a problem with it. Yeah. So, Wonder Woman or Diana Prince comes to US, lives in US for God knows how many years, and she still hasn't, you know, refined her accent. I know that accent comes from Gal Gadot and not Diana Prince, but she has been with this Americans. Even Gal Gadot has been with Americans for so long. She should have that kind of an accent, right? Or at least something similar, something very very common, I would say. But she just comes off as a foreigner trying to live in America, and you know, not that uh, not that seemingly refined that part of the movie. But again, it's not a huge gripe like to take you out of the movie. Nothing in this movie is worthy enough to be called that. call that like a big mistake that the movie did, that you are completely taken out of the movie experience. No, nothing was there in this particular movie. Everything uh, was going accordingly. There are a few things that I mentioned already, which I didn't. It didn't work for me, at least. It may be not be a problem for the others, but for me at least, these were the cues, which was on a kind of a downside. Like I said again, like this movie had a great uh, story behind it, so uh, and a great meaning behind it. It just held up all the way through. It didn't. So those rare mistakes, or those small mistakes, didn't lead up to something which could result in catastrophic damage of the experience of the movie, I would say. Uh, like I said earlier, I would just give this a solid 8.2 or 8.5. Uh, like depends upon like how I'm watching, or the mood I'm watching the movie. If you guys are in a bad mood watching this movie, you would rate it lower, kind of a thing. Anyways, that is the review for Wonder Woman. Uh, Leading up to another thing which was created in 1984, just like this movie, was coupon codes, and that'll lead me to straight into our next topic, which is, of course, the Change My View Reddit. And for this time, we have a post from Heard by Globe, and his question or his post is we should stop using gift cards or coupon codes as a better gift, than cash. Oh, okay. So that's the post that he posted, and I wanted to do some research, right? Like we have all used, or anyone who is hearing this might have all used some kind of coupon codes or some kind of gift cards along our existence on this planet Earth. And the thing with gift cards are, we don't always use them, do we? We barely use all the gift cards that we got. If we just, you know, put together all the gift cards, all the gift coupon codes that we received, and to utilize all of its money, if we would be fucking millionaires by now. Uh, just one person alone. That's how much money these things have, these coupon codes and gift cards are. But for some reason, uh, we end up not using them, or we miss the dates of using them, or we don't feel the worth of using them, right? So, yeah, I did some digging as to where this the whole concept of gift cards or coupons go coupon codes came about, and this was the kind of like the article that I came up with. So in 1980s, towards the tail end of 1980s and 1990s, the uh, movies, movie industry or movie theater business, like Blockbuster, they came out with this particular incentive, or not incentive, this kind of promotional thing. So this was created actually by Neiman Marcus. So he decided he is the first one to sell the cards, but they didn't advertise and display them. And later, Blockbuster started displaying and advertising them in the stores, saying that you know uh, they have gift cards or they have coupon codes or whatever. And in the earlier years, there used to be a lot of people who were making counterfeit coupon cards and gift cards. Uh, and the next big gift card providers became Starbucks in the early 2000s, and they just you know uh, invigorated the entire idea. They just put fuel into the fire, invigorated the entire idea of this coupon code or this gift card program, and it just burst down from there. Like, everyone had some kind of gift cards they can shop with, or some kind of coupon codes they can do stuff with. And right now, almost every order that we make through online, sorry, through online or something else, it has that, you can save this much of money. You can save, like, $50 or $100 from this order or something like that. And yeah, it's been now a part and parcel of our life so far. So in US and Canada alone, in 2012, 1,500 Starbucks gift cards were purchased, and in that year alone, they had made about 450 million cards. Uh, yeah. So when did this story came out again? Let me see. Let me see. Okay, it's not written. Okay, I'm assuming this is 20. Okay, 2013. Okay, so 1 year after the gift cards uh, were purchased in like every minute, that since that report came out saying 1,500 Starbucks cards were purchased online, manual online, Starbucks had sold about 450 million cards, and which is up to $16 billion. And this was way back in 2013. You can only imagine the kind of money the companies are making, in the span of like 7 or 8 years right now. It's absolutely insane what the companies do with this kind of uh, promotional things. And over here, this post, coming back to the Reddit thing. So he says, like, we should stop using gift cards as a better gift than cash. I realized this year that as I was discussing with my friends that the gift cards are wasting people's money. Gift cards can be, or coupons codes are waste of money for the consumer and is draining the public of their money because lots of the money never gets fully used up. People often times won't use the $1 they have they make they have to make a combined purchase with over time just goes to waste. Now, think how often that happens to a person and depends on where you want to live. That's hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars wasted every year by people that goes to companies. We've been conditioned by society to think that giving cash is inappropriate, but the only group that wins the gift card are corporations. Yep, that's exactly what I thought it was. So he's just explaining my sentiments over here. So he just raised that question over there, and in as an edit, he also added saying that I used this example to clarify my point in the comments. The example that he used was if you get $75 from to a nice restaurant and get a steak, cider, and tip with a total of 73.50. Now you got $1.50 that you're more likely to never use. That I did a small survey of about people, 20 people, and 18 of them had said that they would use the gift card again because it is too small. This means wasted money. And if you project that figure to a population that's hundreds of thousands of dollars, now I again asked if they would still wouldn't use their gift cards, and if it wasn't a nice restaurant, but instead something like coffee shop. 11 people said that they still wouldn't use it because it is too small of an amount. Okay, so his point was overly proved over here again, saying that, like, the remaining $1.50 that people people would forget to use, either forget to use or wouldn't choose to use because it's too less of a money to use. And that is where the money which the companies or these big corporations make, they just uh, lure you in of into this false sense of security, that or the false sense of hope that you would be getting a lot of value in return for very less, and you are likely to be a part of this scam. And even I am, like, I myself buy multiple different things even till this day. I think even till today I did this, I guess, I'm pretty sure. So what they're doing is, like, offer something of a small bite at first, then they pull you in, offer something bigger thing for a lesser value in your eyes, like, buy this and get two free, or something like that. Use a gift code and get this 50% off or something. But you would never use it until you have a use for them. That's how people work. Like, they mainly work on need basis and not want. We only go to the want section after we have fulfilled our need. And to fulfill the need depends upon person to person. That need comes differently. Like, first the initial set of needs are there, then we have a want, and later when we increase our standard of living, this the initial set of want that we had, that becomes a need all of a sudden. So we have more needs to fulfill than a want. So that means we, as long as we are fulfilling our needs, we are happy with, we don't care about the one section that much. And that is where that section is where the companies aim at. That is where the companies provide uh, you the gift cards or the coupon cards, because they know for a fact that you don't use that money. You won't use that money in long run. Like, not a lot many people will just avoid that section because they find it too small of a value to be reimbursed. But if you keep doing it on a larger scale, then that makes uh, the companies and the money the companies would earn would be even um, more than we can ever imagine. At that point of time, they are earning in billions and billions of money just like that, without the money that the companies aren't using. They just increase that profit margin even more and more, and they just keep on pushing this uh, gift cards or gift codes even more and more. I'm just gonna view some of the comments that also were made in that. Uh, okay, yeah. So one commentator say that I just received a gift card and I think it was definitely gift, better a gift than cash. See, I don't need a money. I don't need money. I've been living relatively frugally with full time for a while, and I've been having a plenty of savings. If someone gives me cash, it just goes into the big pile of fungible savings, and it doesn't really matter. On the other hand, if someone gives me a gift card, it's an incentive to give me something whenever that gift card is for. Especially it was a gift card for a restaurant that the person is getting me uh, knows that I like a lot. So the gift card is an excuse to get a few meals at that restaurant when I wouldn't have otherwise done so. So he also makes a bit of a point that gift cards are good, but the counterpoint that I wanted to make is, like, what if that other person who is gifting you a gift card doesn't really know you that well, and he's just providing you the option, just use this, and you don't like that place anyways, so you don't end up going over here, so you're wasting that much amount of money which you would have gotten if you had chose any other place or any other kind of a gift of a value. So again, that brings the whole discussion right now. uh, During this day and age, there's an increase in the gift card uh, exchange rather than buying something of a material of a uh, so physical in nature. They just offer like online voucher codes or online gift cards, which yeah, you can use it. I'm not saying you can't. You can use it accordingly, according to your needs and your wishes. But not a lot of people do that, and it'll end up creating more. It'll end up, you know, losing more money in the long term rather than saving money. You would end up like spending what you're trying to spend in the first place, and you're not going to save anything because of the discounts. So that is a point that I'm trying to make, or like the initial commentator is trying to make also, is the same thing. It's just that the companies are very greedy fucks, and they don't care about your emotions. They don't care about your money. The only thing that they care about is making uh, enough money for themselves. They don't care about how your living situation is. They'll give you, or they'll offer you the scam anyhow, and end up making a bank of it, no matter what. Yeah. Speaking of big corporations and making money, I would like to now switch over to one of the big corporations in shoe industry, which I'm behind all this time. Again, this is the one weakness. Yeah. All right, guys. Like shoes are my one weakness where I want to just look at it every day, at least one or two of them, and it's like wonder if I'm able to get this. you know. All right. So the sneakers app, the things that are new for this week is the Air Jordan 12. Oh, by the way, before jumping into the Air Jordan 12, uh, the Clay Brown Yeezy 350 or Yeezy 500 Clay Brown came out last week, and it just was. I didn't expect that drop to be that soon, but it looked ugly, to be honest. It looked like organism rather than a shoe for the from an initial view, and also it just got sold out. I couldn't even try if I tried to get if I want one also, because it just went out in like I don't know 1 or 2 minutes, or probably even lesser than that. I'd suppose, because I just logged into the Adidas website and I just saw the Easy just sold out instantly. Uh, all right, coming back to the sneakers app, we all know Nike is better at sneakers, so why even lie about it at this point? Although it could get better for Adidas since the fear of God, uh, Jerry Lorenzo, yeah, Jerry Lorenzo has teamed up. Sorry, Lorenzo has teamed up with Adidas now for the foreseeable future. So he is gonna come up with some essential clothing, or FOG, Fear of God clothing lines from Adidas now. He said he's gonna look at the performance uh, clothes even better, to have a retake on the performance clothes or the athlete clothes that they wear. So let's see. Hopefully, they come up with some bangers in a very reasonable price section, so even I can buy it. Anyways, coming back to this sneakers app, the new Air Jordan 12 just dropped, the Varsity Red. Pretty sick looking shoe. Uh, I wouldn't wear it myself because it looks a very pompous shoe to wear. I don't know. It just doesn't give me the wearability vibe. But it looks sick though. It'll look good on other people, but I don't think it'll look good on me. It'll just look like a 3-year-old trying to, trying to walk in that shoe. Another shoe which is gonna drop on January the 1st is the Air Jordan 1 Zoom Monarch Orange, and holy shit, this shoe is something else. The Zoom shoes have. been coming our way in Air Jordan format, and these shoes are banging, to be honest. And this one in particular, I love this shoe. It has got that shattered backboard vibe to it. It has got that off-white vibe to it as well, and like the unstitched upper, like uh, the where your heel is, and the sponge is been like exposed sponge section, uh, where it covers your ankle part. It looks really really good, and the colorway is special colorway. The orange and the white and the black, it just meshed together so brilliantly. And the what do you call, the tongue, the top of the tongue, the label on the top of the tongue is been designed to yellow color with zoom air on it. You have the classic Air Jordan simple in the classic, the place itself. You have a good amount of stitching. I think it's suede. This particular material here is suede. I'm not too sure. I think it's suede. Uh, anyways, this looks like a sick pair of shoe to own. And and the inner is yellow on the walls, and you have the zoom air on uh, the footbed, which is really good. Uh, this is a very good shoe. Like it's 12.5K here in India, which is okayish, I would suppose. I mean, I don't think I will be able to buy it because it'll be sold out by the time I, even make a move for this. But I would definitely consider this if it's still available. Uh, I don't think there is any other topic to be discussed this week. From next week onwards, it's going to be a pre-recorded show, and I know uh, it kind of makes it feels like less like interactive sections, but I don't want to miss out on any episodes. And from next week onwards, I'd be like, traveling somewhere, and I didn't want to miss recording the episodes for for the next 1 month. I've already pre done all my sections, or like I'm yet to do a couple of more. So you would be getting weekly content here, and I don't want to miss a week. I'm gonna make that as a uh, promise to myself, or something to keep it myself, and to grow this community even further of the regular content with regular content. So if you're listening to this on all our streaming platforms, YouTube, Spotify, podcasts, Google Podcast, and Pocket Cast, and Google Apple Music, anywhere, do like and subscribe to us. If you are from other streaming services, just come over to YouTube and leave a comment that you came from there, and that'll be really helpful. While you're there, just leave a comment and subscribe as well. Be one of our first subscriber, because we don't have any subscribers over anywhere. You could be the first one, and who knows? Maybe eventually, if we become successful as a new subscriber, you may get something of value. Not some random bullshit, but you may get something of value. Anyways, um, that's it. That is it for the week. Hopefully, you guys had a really good Christmas. I wish you guys the very best of enjoyment for the holidays up ahead. Continue to enjoy yourself, and see you next week. Bye bye.